So this is for Tom Segura's Completely Normal. Um, I thought he was very funny in his style. I thought he was very level headed, and very calm, very collected, and sort of dry. He's kind of a little dry. He has a very dry humor to him almost, where he's very like his jokes are very short, very snappy. Um, it made me think about me being a stand-up comic someday, because I kind of like how they just go up there and they try to make people laugh, and like their deliveries and their setups, they seem very doable to me. They seem appropriate. They seem uh yeah, they seem appropriate. Like, you don't say too much, you don't say too little. The way you bring it up is just kind of, deliver it carefully, and don't overdo it. Don't say too much. Don't say too little. You know, some key words that you can throw in there. I'm not saying it's easy. I just think, their setups are very. They seem something that I could probably do sometime in the future, and that's what I think about when I think about watching all these stand-up specials. So hey, maybe, who knows? Maybe in the future I've got it in me to be a stand-up comedian. Not as successful as these guys, but hey, doing it at a local comic performance place. um, he talked about how, his shows, and how he goes around the country, and the hotels that he's in. He steps inside and it's kind of really nasty because all he does is masturbate. I mean, come on, that's so normal though. That's so normal. Like, come on, yo. Um, he 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 talks about like putting his like dick and like swinging it all over the curtains. I'm like, oh, this nigga's disgusting. But he also talked about him buying weed. He goes to the doctor so he can buy weed. So he mentions that he needs to give a reason for what is medical ailment, medical reason for requesting weed, and he just says my eyes hurt. He's like, "Do you need glasses?" No, just my eyes hurt. Fucking dumbass. And then he says that a cholo like gangster goes in and he asks for weed, and instead of sounding like really sophisticated about his answer, he thinks that he's not gonna get any weed because he looks like a gangster. He's like wearing Chuck Taylors, baggy clothes, baggy shirt, long shirt, um, a hat. So he thinks that he's not gonna get any weed, and then because the walls are so transparent that um, you can hear everything that's being said. So um, he overhears a conversation of other patients that are seeking weed, and the gangster says, "Oh, I just like the way it makes me feel." So he's like, "Shit, I don't have to lie. I could just go in there and get weed without lying." And he talks about how weed is not that big a deal, and I think that's like a product of his age. Like he says that now because part of the reason he's able to say that now is because it isn't a big deal anymore, and it's because the public perception of weed has shifted towards the point that now it's more socially acceptable, and drugs are becoming more socially acceptable. So now it's easier to say. So sadly, he didn't mention that now it's more acceptable as to whereas before it wasn't. So there's no like there's no backstory to why he says that, but at the same time, I kind of understand when he's not trying to go into that. He's just trying to say weed is not that big a deal, and maybe he's trying to say that perhaps it never really was. But our perception certainly of it has changed. Um, so now people are going into doctors' visits are trying to prescribe weed, and they're just saying that they need it because, well, they don't feel good, and that's enough of a reason now. Whereas before, you really needed to have some sort of ailment, more serious ailment. So maybe he's speaking to that's social commentary that he's making as a comedian. Um, uh, he also talked about what else did he talk about? Digestive ailments. That's what it says in the description of the Netflix special. I don't really remember him talking about digestive ailments. He just talked. Oh well, he went to the doctor, another doctor, and the doctor was a total asshole to him because he was like, "You're the fattest patient I've seen all day. It's 9:30. What else do you expect?" So that was kind of funny, cause he's he's like 240, so he's a little overweight. And I thought it was funny because this is the first time that I laugh about somebody being overweight. Usually, I don't think it's very funny because when I was growing up, I thought that I was always made fun of because of my weight, and I was like a social outcast as far as because of my weight. And I never really thought it was funny, but I guess fat people is just a more common thing in society now. It's still not accepted because the taboo is that it's unhealthy. You're in an unhealthy state, so it's not good. But it's becoming more accepted just because so many people are overweight in American society, and that's just how the way it is, and people are accepting it more now. But you know, he's talking about. He actually made me laugh over being overweight because I'm overweight myself, and not due to my fault really, because it happened after my mental breakdown. My metabolism just slowed down dramatically. I only eat once a day now, and even then, like I'm barely like not gaining weight anymore, which is a great thing because I was gaining so much fucking weight. I gained 110 pounds, so I gained a shitload of weight in like 3 or 4 years, and I finally decided to do something about it and try to not because I was gaining weight for eating 2 times a day, and I still gain weight for eating 2 times a day. So eating twice, I don't overeat. I've never really overeaten, and I used to eat 3 times a day, and I was definitely gaining weight, and I was just so upset because I'm like I'm eating a normal, I'm having a normal diet. I'm not overeating at any specific time, and I'm just really sad about it because I don't think I should be at my weight, and it's not fair because my metabolism just got really wacky, and I was really frustrated because I love to eat food. I love it, and I like trying different food. I love pizza. I don't love burgers. I love pizza. I ate a burger today. I ate In-N-Out. And In-N-Out's really good. In-N-Out's good. But it's not my favorite food. My favorite food is pizza. And I love pizza. I love tacos. And when I go eat tacos, I don't order like 8 or 9 tacos. I order five. No, not even five. I order four. Granted, they're normal tortilla sizes. So 4 tacos is it's not a little bit, but it's not a lot. It's not excessive by any stretch of the imagination. So I'm just like I was really upset, and that's why I didn't find comedy about being fat funny. I just thought it was so disrespectful and rude, and comedians have a way of being able to talk shit and it's still funny, and like you can talk about almost anything. That's what I like about comedy. You can talk about anything, and as long as it's the only responsibility you really have as a comedian is to be funny, to make it sound funny, and like people will help you laugh. People will help you. The crowd wants you to make them laugh. So even when they say things that aren't funny, people are still laughing. Now I'm not saying that the crowd is necessarily generous. I'm sure there are crowds that are like really hostile and really difficult to make laugh, and I don't know if I could do that. I think I could be like an average comedian. Like honestly, I think I could be like okay. I won't be the greatest, but I won't be like really bad. I won't be shitty. And I think if I go to a crowd that's more hostile, I probably won't make them laugh. But every special I see, most people are laughing for anything. And I just think maybe I can do that in the future because it's so easy to make people laugh. And people want to laugh. So why not do it? So yeah, and then his special is called Completely Normal. So he's kind of a normal guy. He really is a normal guy, and He's slightly overweight, but he talks about his marriage with his wife, how it's really normal, and how people are really sexual. He talks about his sex life because his sex life changed afterwards. So yeah, he's a normal guy, and I just saw it as a you know you know that's why I really liked it because he's a normal guy and he was able to make me laugh, and he's very very dry sort of and quick, he cuts to the joke really quickly. So yeah, that's what I like about Tom Segura. Thanks for watching.